Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Living in Denver, Colorado. Today we are going to cover the 3 reasons not to move to Aurora, Colorado.
What's up, guys? We are the Mile High Property Brothers, brokered by eXp Real Estate. I am Eli Schmidt. This is my business partner, Will Grimes. And if it's your first time visiting the channel, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. We come out with new videos every Tuesday and Thursday and tell you everything you'll need to know about moving to or living in the Denver metro area.
Absolutely, guys. And like you said, we are licensed brokers. So as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you guys with your real estate needs. It's been a fun time this month. We've had 5 under contract so far. The next month, I think we've got 9 coming up. But we've had a lot of fun helping you guys move to Denver. It's been super busy. We're still finding time for these videos and helping you guys out. Obviously, we know how important it is. Even more importantly, it's been important to us too. And just want to give you guys a thank you for all the support and everything that you guys do and trusting us and the opportunity to help everybody. But with that being said, again, thank you. 3 things today for why not to move to Aurora.
Let's do it. All right, so the first one here, guys, and a lot of you, it's probably not going to seem like a big deal, right? But a lot of people moving to Colorado, we have a tendency to hear a lot of input as far as some specifics that buyers are looking for. And one of the things that a lot of people are looking for, which, some people could take, some people could leave, is having a little dedicated downtown, like Main Street.
Old town, Main Street.
Old town, like downtown strip. And our Littleton's got a great one. Arvada's got a good one. Denver has a few different spots that are like that. Wash Park, Congress Park, they all got them.
Parker.
Yeah, Parker does have a Main Street. Aurora doesn't really have a dedicated
You can
downtown.
tell where he lives because he deliberately leaves that out because he knows I'm going to throw it because I could give a crap about a coffee shop. But he does. That's where he does all of his work. We take dedicated days apart where he doesn't have to deal with me. He has his zen, his little coffee shop on Main Street. And
Actually, don't use that.
He gets to have that pretentious laugh. Nobody bothers him. It's a good thing. But hey, guys, in all seriousness, some people like the little downtown feel or the old town feel with some antique coffee shops or whatever you like about it. So if that's your thing, no, you're not going to find that in Aurora. However, there's a Starbucks on every corner. Every major intersection on the grid in Aurora has a Starbucks or something of such. You still have parking lots with Target, Walmart's, and they do have like strip malls that come out pretty good. Like if you're on the north side of the Aurora Mall, you've got a lot of eatery there. You've also got a lot of really cool feels in Southlands Mall. We know we've shown you guys that. If you have not seen that video, take a look at it. We cover that in South Shore, Southeast Aurora. I'm not sure if we have a dedicated Southlands video, but Southlands Mall has been seen a lot in a lot of our videos. You still get some coffee shops there and some outside walking. It's just not as smaller condensers, just old architecture feel like an old town or like an old Main Street.
Yeah, and I will say, Aurora does not just have chains. We don't just have Starbucks. We don't just have like chain stores. There are smaller, independent, trendy, cool coffee shops in Aurora. There's plenty of them. Like Will said, though, they're just not dedicated to a certain area. But you've got really good shopping
You don't
centers.
feel like you're walking down some old Western, right?
Right. Some people like
Biggest
it.
thing.
Some people like it. Yeah. So that's our first point right there.
All right, guys. Number 2, scenery. It's subjective. So no, you're not as close to the mountains as like the western slopes, like the Arvadas. parts of Littleton,
Castle
Rock, Sterling Ranch. You're not as close, and I kind of describe it as if you go to a football game sitting in that lower deck. Aurora, you're a little bit further away. However, because of the altitude and some of the scenery, when depending on which way your house faces, you still see plenty of the Rocky Mountains. It's just from that second level deck. So it's not the fourth or the fifth deck. I consider it like a suite or like the second deck of a football field. You're further away from the players, but you can still see plenty. So you still have great views, especially Southeast Aurora, up in like Talons Reach, South Shore. If you guys are going down Smoky Hill Road toward the west, phenomenal views. Just not as close. You're not resting up on the mountain. You're not on the western slope or anything like that. But definitely something to think about. And I guess when we talk about scenery, something we should add to that is, if that scenery is so important, is it because you love the view of being rested upon the Rocky Mountains, or is it because of proximity? If you're trying to be within 15 minutes or 10 minutes of being in the mountains, no, Southeast Aurora or Aurora in general is not going to be the best fit for you. You are still about an hour away from any great spots in the mountains. However, for some folks that work a lot or have other stuff going on, maybe an hour drive is okay because you're only in the mountains once a month or twice a year. So depending on your commute level, tolerance, food for thought. But again, still great views, but further proximity.
Yeah, and to add to that just a little bit, Will described it perfectly. You have plenty of mountain views. There are some gorgeous. We were just at a new build yesterday that we have completed for a client, actually from YouTube. And I went up to their master bedroom, and like the prettiest mountain views you could ever see.
Blackstone.
You're not in them per se, but you have mountain views for days.
Oh, phenomenal. And we have not done a video on Blackstone. This is just to the south of South Shore. So if you guys are familiar with Southeast Aurora and you're looking at a map right now and it shows South Shore, Southeast Aurora, just to the south of that, you've got Blackstone. Phenomenal homes, phenomenal country club, golf course, really cool stuff. It's actually more affordable than South Shore, believe it or not. But super spectacular, and again, the views are great. But again, I guess with the view thing, it's just all about why you want the view. Is it because of proximity and necessity, or just overall view? So not really a downfall, still great views. All right, guys, finally, number 3. If you don't like affordable water, if you don't like great schools, like depending on where you're at in Aurora, if you're in Southeast Aurora, you have Cherry Creek School District 5, phenomenal. So if you're not into schools, if you're not into affordable water, maybe Aurora's not for you. Maybe I'm partial. Maybe I live close to Southeast Aurora. Maybe I live in Southeast Aurora. However, the affordable water and some of those things, it does come, hey, Southeast Aurora is still a little bit further away. It is a little bit more established and some things like that, hence why our water's more affordable. We're not stealing everybody else's water to provide for our neighborhood. We have our own water here in Aurora, so that's why cost is lower. So if, I guess this kind of caps it all off. If you're okay for a commute to the mountains, if you're okay being a little bit further, you do have 470 that runs up north and it goes down southwest across toward Highlands Ranch and by Santa Fe. You do have a lot of affordability out here, and there are some great benefits with the schools. We have our own water. Shout out to any other cities who don't have their own water. Get your own water. California, get your own water.
Yeah, right.
But hey guys, all jokes aside, yes, it does come with a little bit of a cost proximity, but the benefit to Southeast Aurora, you're not that far from Castle Rock, and you're definitely not that far from Colorado Springs if you choose to go to the Rocky Mountains via the southern portion.
Yeah, and there are a few different cities that get their water from Aurora. There's a bunch of cities that borrow from them. There's always a surcharge with that, right? So when you're with the originating water like Aurora does from Aurora Reservoir, I'm guessing, I think it comes from Aurora Reservoir.
Technically, Eli does not live there, so I cannot discuss any details with him.
Residents
I've got
only.
fiduciary duty to Aurora,
There you
not
go.
to Eli.
Fair enough.
Parker Indians.
So Aurora is a big hub for water in Colorado. So with you guys not having to buy it from anyone else, it is a lot cheaper. In addition to that, Cherry Creek Schools, District 5, #1 school district in Colorado. That's primarily out here in Southeast Aurora.
Yeah, and I guess the overall thing is, and number one thing that we see is like people are like, oh, Aurora, isn't that like a high crime? Isn't it this? Isn't that? First and foremost, do your research. Go online. We'll throw some links down below if you guys want to look at crime rates or anything like that. But what we do know is not everything online is what you think. And if you're thinking about Old Aurora or North Aurora, there's so much cool stuff going on out there between Anschutz campus that has Children's Hospital, University Hospital, and the new Veterans Hospital. The Gaylord Resort, that's just northeast of that, out by DIA. But just a lot of really cool new jobs, new careers. A lot of the science and medicine at Anschutz campus is phenomenal. There's a lot of really cool new things that are happening to North Aurora. And then as far as the Southeast Aurora, phenomenal suburbias. great school districts, shopping centers, all great. So if there's ever been a rumor or a stigma about Aurora, again, make your own opinion. I'm not here to give you what your opinion should be. Do your research, but please understand, it's probably one of the most rapidly changing cities there is, not only in Colorado, but maybe the country, with just everything that's coming here. And there's a lot of stuff that's going around the Aurora Mall, as far as tech, not just stuff in the mall. A lot of really cool things. So ultimately, do your research, but be open-minded. In addition to any other city that we're talking about, really expand what you're looking for, because there could be a lot of great things in Aurora that fit your needs.
And better yet, get out here and feel it. So if you guys are coming to Colorado, maybe you have a couple different places in mind that you might be scoping out to plant some roots and buy a home. When you come out here, we're going to talk about your wants and needs, and then a lot of times people don't even know it, but man, Aurora has ended up being the perfect spot for them. And our clients trust us enough. We've had just a handful of clients in the past couple months that Aurora wasn't even on their radar, but we sit down and we have a Zoom call, or we talk to them over coffee, and we find out what their wants and needs are, and then we're like, hey guys, hear us out. You're going to want to check out Aurora. And then they come out here, and every single person we've said that to has ended up buying an Aurora.
From investment properties to their own primary home, just a lot of cool stuff. And again, rapidly changing, a lot of minor stuff. The direction Aurora's taking, it's definitely worth a look. But hey guys, as far as like our opinion of it and what we could give for you guys today, that's about all we have as far as the three things, or the two things plus the other 2 to 4 sarcastic things we had to say, to just give you guys some hooks and some fun to laugh at, but really to expand your mind and just keep an open mind. But again, guys, as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you guys with your real estate needs. So if you like it, give it a like. If you need some more information, please subscribe. Tell your friends and your family about it. If they need some help, please let them subscribe. And as much as you might not think, are the guys who answer these phone calls, and we are the guys who respond to the text messages and the email. So again, we would love to help you guys out. But until next video, that's about all we have for right now. So we will see you guys on the next one.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell.
See you guys.
See ya.